Welcome to Northridge, the center of the San Fernando Valley, where I was born and where I live now to this day. When I think of Northridge, I think of a lot of things. CSUN, the earthquake, the mall, beautiful houses. Let's go check it all out. This is the San Fernando Valley. This is Northridge.
But did you know that it was also once the horse capital of the West, or that the rock group The Doors once performed here? Let's start with this house here, the Oak Ridge Estate Park. Silent film star Janet Gaynor and her husband were the first owners of what was once a spacious estate in Northridge. Later it was sold to actors Barbara Stanwyck and Robert Taylor. After another actor bought the house, it was set for demolition, but the city agreed to buy the Tudor-style stone landmark in its 10-acre ranch estate. Marion Marks, wife of Zeppo Marks, who was one of the Marks brothers, and Barbara Stanwyck started a horse breeding farm. The original house and a small portion of the ranch still exists and is managed by the city as Oak Ridge Estate Park. This plaque explains that. Northridge once had regular Sunday horse shows, annual stampedes, and country fairs. In the 1960s, what was once known as Devonshire Downs was located at the southwest corner of Devonshire Street and Zelza Avenue. Now, Medtronic, a compliance company, is there, but it had been the location of two rock festivals. One in 1967 featured The Doors, Jefferson Airplane, Country Joe and the Fish, and other bands. Another festival was a 3-day event that featured Jimi Hendrix and many other top acts. It took place in June and was, before Woodstock, the largest music festival ever. Not surprisingly, it had problems with droves of gate crashers, and some audience members camped out in sleeping bags. The local residents were horrified to find their neighborhoods invaded by hippies. Abandoned rock music festivals soon followed. Eventually, poor maintenance and declining interest in horse racing led to its closure. This was the same year San Fernando Valley State College became California State University, Northridge. Since then, there have also been major renovations and improvements to CSUN, including the addition of the Valley Performing Arts Center. Discovering the history of a neighborhood is like excavating cultural gems. In the 1950s, there was a housing boom. Tract housing replaced citrus groves. Nowadays, Northridge is expensive. If you live in Northridge, supposedly, it's actually a really good area. So you have Sherwood Forest, which is huge estates and sprawling acres of land. This is really where you want to go if you can get a house. If not, the rest of the 91325 zip code is pretty good. When you go to 91324, it gets a little more commercialized. These houses are still really nice. If you want to get a home in Northridge, it's a fantastic investment. Here's a fun fact. The 1994 Northridge earthquake, which by early estimates was thought to have been the epicenter, was later shown technically to be in Reseda. A 6.7 magnitude quake, it was one of the strongest ground motions ever recorded in North America. They say an earthquake never hits the same place twice though, right? This community is also home to the Northridge Fashion Center, which, although is not as great as the Westfield Topanga, it has its central location. I can't tell you how many aimless high school days I spent wandering around the Northridge Mall. Popular restaurants here include Brent's Deli, Claim Jumper, Wood Ranch Yard House, Lumcon Na Thai, and Waffle Love. Points of interest include the CSUN Botanical Garden, the Planetarium at CSUN, and Studio 606 West, the recording studio of rock band Foo Fighters, and, the U.S. Metric Association. Who knew that? Nearby, the Northridge Hospital Medical Center, serving 2 million residents of the valley, is one of only 2 facilities in the valley certified as a trauma center for treating life-threatening injuries. Students in the nearby Northridge Middle School Medical Health Magnet are given opportunities to learn some lessons in a hospital setting. Other notable schools in Northridge are Northridge Academy High School, which is right on the campus of CSUN, Nobel Middle School, which is a fantastic school, and Balboa Magnet Gifted and Talented Elementary School, which is actually the school that I went to. Northridge is a hopping place, a college town, ever growing and changing.
So as you can see, Northridge has come to define what we know about the San Fernando Valley. If you can afford a home here, I highly recommend it. You won't regret it at all. Give me a call, Julian Park. Let's go see some Northridge homes.